I see the comments over and over every single day. I miss the old Grim. Grim's changed a lot. What's up, everybody? It's Grim. And yes, I have changed a lot. Please subscribe, tap the bell, turn on the notifications so you can watch my journey. Comment below. Do you miss the old Grim? And I'm really excited to talk to you guys about it today in a very real fashion. This is not part of a storyline or a series or anything. This is just real Dave talking to you guys. And I think that's really cool. So I want to tell you guys a little bit about the old Grim. Okay, so the old Grim started this YouTube channel as an independent wrestler who had one of the biggest toy collections on the planet for real, and I wanted to share it with everybody. But I was also a very toxic person at the time in a very toxic situation. I had an ex-wife that didn't want me collecting all these toys and didn't want me having all of this stuff and was trying to stop at nothing to shut that down. And me was trying to stop at nothing but to build my collection and share that with you guys, bringing fun to the internet. And at first it was very fun, but then it became my job because I blew up, because I was having such high views and bringing in such great money. I didn't have to go to my regular job anymore. So I stopped being just, the dad who goes to work every day, comes home, plays on the internet for an hour. Now I'm a full-time social media dude. That's the old Grim. And Grim was having fun on the internet, throwing the mailman off the roof, fighting Slender Man in the backyard, and arguing with who's now my ex-wife all the time, and uploading everything to the internet for you guys to watch without a care in the world. I didn't have to think of cancel culture. I said whatever I wanted to say. And the thing is, that's how not toxic I was, because I never went too far, and I always said, no, I know, I don't talk like that. That's not how I really act or really think. I'm just purposely saying offensive things to get reactions out of people. But at the same time, I didn't want to say anything that people would say, oh my God, is Grim this or that? I didn't want people thinking horrible things of me. I kind of felt like I was going to be the Howard Stern of YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Like the shock jock toy action figure collector. And that's exactly what I was. But then YouTube regulations came down. And you're going to say, oh, Grim, you're going to blame YouTube and not yourself. Well, no, I'm going to blame myself too. And we're going to get to that. But like I said, dude, when I'm making these videos and I'm saying some of the craziest, most outlandish stuff, not realizing that the actual human behind this action figure might show up and be in my living room, because that actually happened. Virgil hung out with me in my living room in this house. And then you're saying to yourself, well, you're saying all these things about all these people. Yeah, they're just characters and toys. And I'm not thinking it's a real human being, and he might actually be in my living room. That messes with your brain, you guys, okay? Because you can sit home and say, screw you, Grim. You're a fat, stupid moron, and your videos are cringe. If I ever saw you in real life, I'd punch you in the face for that stuff you said about so-and-so. So I get those comments all day long. But yet nobody comes up and punches me in the face. When they actually see me, they're like, oh yeah, man, that was kind of messed up, but I kind of laughed. Or, oh yeah, dude, when you said that stuff about Nia Jax, man, I was all over the internet saying that you should lose your kids and stuff, but that's kind of funny. That's the kind of stuff when I meet people. That's the kind of things that people say to me. And I'm like, so why do I get so much hell online if you're actually cool with it and think I'm actually cool? Why are you tearing me down on the internet? And I learned why. It's all about perception, okay? And what you perceive of me versus who I actually am. Grim and Dave are two completely different people, okay? Grim is the most toxic part of me. So then when people say, I miss the old Grim, I'm like, do you have any idea how hard I tried? How hard I've worked? And how much therapy I've gone through to get rid of the old Grim? The old Grim was so toxic. Dude, I watched some of those old videos with me in Heel Life. I can't believe that that's even me. Sometimes I feel like I'm from a different timeline and that's a different person. And it almost horrifies me. Sometimes I see the Ebenezer Middlesdorf stuff, which is, me in a costume. And some of the stuff that I was saying behind as a character, not really me, but oh my God, the fact that I even put that on the internet. And you guys are saying, I miss the old Grim. The old Grim would not fly in 2023, number one. And the old Grim doesn't exist anymore. The old Grim is gone. And you're saying, why? Well, because the old Grim, died? So, and here I am kind of holding this Virgil like a security toy, sitting here fiddling with its arms. Super Cena. Hi, kids! Guys remember that, right? Well, there was a time where I felt like anything but Super Grim. Okay, so me and Heel Wife, we break up. I was actually happy. I was like, okay, this is good because our relationship was toxic. It was bad for the children. It was bad for what I was putting on YouTube. So I was fine with it. I remember taking my wedding ring. I think I even put that in a video. And then I was free. And it went the complete opposite, you guys. So you remember the old Grim was in a prison of a marriage. Very toxic situation. But now all of a sudden I'm free to do whatever I want with zero consequence. What would you do if you were all of a sudden free to do whatever you want with no consequence, like from your family? You're gonna party. So, party time. So yes, now I'm running around with loose, fast women, drinking a lot, and things got out of control, and it reflected in my content. I'm now drinking on camera, chugging Tito's on camera, getting blasted drunk during GTS wrestling tapings. And none of this is healthy behavior. This is very toxic behavior. The GTS wrestling roster in 2019 called me out on it. They said, Grim, we can't have you getting drunk and being blasted drunk at these tapings. And I'm like, you guys are right. I'm sorry. And I think that that's beautiful when friends can go to friends and connect and say, hey, listen, we are noticing a problem with your behavior, and we're going to constructively talk to you about it to help you fix it. You can't come out there and go, you're a goddamn idiot, moron, loser, and you're messing up your life. Because nobody's going to respond to that kind of vitriol, that kind of, you spit flames at someone, they're just going to dodge it. But when you come with empathy and say, hey, dude, listen, you can't drink like that at a taping, you're way too drunk to run GTS, and I was, and I'll admit that. And I said, you guys are right. I'm going to change my behavior. So how did I change my behavior? Well, I was clearly struggling mentally. Okay. Grim, the old Grim, was very much struggling mentally. Okay. Because now I'm in a position that every time I upload a video, it's got to be a goddamn banger because I got 100,000 people ready to click on it. And they're going to tell me if it ain't. And yeah, comments get to you as much as you could say, I got thick skin and the comments don't bother me. Sometimes they do. Okay? Especially when you put out a video and nobody likes it, or especially when you work really hard on a video and nobody's watching it. And it's so defeated. Imagine, you go to work, you work for $15 an hour. Whether you do a good job or not, you're going to get your $15 an hour. Not me. I upload a video, and if it's crap, I get $0 an hour. So I have to make sure I'm uploading things that are going to be interesting to everybody to want to watch, right? That messes with you mentally. When you're just making videos for fun, and it doesn't matter how much money you make, and it doesn't matter how many views and likes you get, it's so much more fun. It's like, this is fun, I'm having fun. And those videos always do so good. And then all of a sudden, you get in your brain, you're like, no, the fans aren't going to like that. No. They're going to unsubscribe if we say that. No. We can't say that. That's against the YouTube regulation. So now I have YouTube regulations. I have cancel culture. I have my own pressure of what you guys are going to respond to, like or hate. It messes with you mentally, okay? And it messed with me mentally so much to that point that I was drinking to make myself feel better. And that was not working. I was making myself physically sick. I was causing personal problems with my friends and my roster. And drinking is just, it's honestly poison. It can be used medicinally in small doses in the right way, but I wasn't doing that. I was just drinking a lot and partying and hanging out with girls, and I needed to stop. So I went to the doctor. I did the right thing, said, okay, I'm gonna stop self-medicating. I go to a doctor. And I started on some antidepressant medicine, okay? Antidepressant, anti-anxiety, because the anxiety of I have to make amazing videos. 3 videos a day at one point, you guys. Do you guys remember that? Silly Super Pup channel, 5:30. Vlog channel, 7:30. Gaming channel, sometime at night. 3 videos a day. Now I'm doing 5-6 videos a week. So that was very taxing mentally. It burned me out. And I honestly didn't know how I was going to continue functioning. And getting on the antidepressant medicine, it changes you mentally. Okay, so now that mental chaos and everything that was going on in my brain was completely shut down thanks to the medicine. But then it was making other things happen. Okay, it was changing the way I was making my content again, so it was confusing for you guys. It was changing my personal relationships with people. My family didn't understand why was Dave acting this way or not acting this way. I was very disconnected because what that medicine does is it strips away a lot of emotion from you. So my emotion's been stripped away. And now, all of a sudden, you guys, this is so hard for me, but you guys have seen commercials for that medication, antidepressant medication, anxiety medication. It says it has certain side effects. And those side effects may include thoughts of, and I was never like that. I'm not that person. I never was that person, and I've never had those thoughts. And now I'm on this medicine, and I'm adjusting to my new way of my brain working, and I just can't understand why it keeps telling me to do that. I'm like, that's not viable, but I keep thinking it. And I'm a strong-minded person. I'm able to overcome it. I'm able to say I have a good life. I have the best life. I make YouTube videos. I have a wrestling show. I have a vlogging show. So why all of a sudden am I? And this is really scary, you guys. And this is true. I was tying up a hose and I said, "What am I doing? I don't want to do this." And I said, "I need help." I told everybody, I said, "Listen, I don't know why I'm feeling this way. It's got to be the medicine. I need help because I don't want to do this and I don't want to wind up dead." And I went back and they said, "Well, we're going to get you off this medication immediately." And they put me on another one, and the other one made it worse. And listen, when I tell you, and I say to people, thank God I'm still here. I should be dead. I'm shocked I'm not dead, okay? How hard I had to fight up here to not do something like that. It wasn't me. I swear that medicine did it to me. And that's why when I see other people that this happens to, like, I swear sometimes it wasn't them, it was the medicine. So, I'm so glad I lived through that. I never would have met Tina if I didn't live. The last 3 years of amazing life that I've had with her, doing all the amazing adventures. We've traveled the country. We've gone to Los Angeles. And we're going to do so much more. I would have missed all of that if I just gave in to what that medicine wanted me to do. And I'm so glad I didn't. But it changed me. So when you're saying you miss the old Grim, well, the old Grim died. And I feel like it was around that time. It was that 2019-ish. And so what did I do? So I had to get off that medicine, okay? And then that's when I went to a different doctor, and they recommended medicinal marijuana. Higher than an eagle's ass. So, yeah, I don't just get stoned because it's fun, and I don't smoke it, I take it in gummy form. So, that changes you because you're, using a substance to get through. And when you're using a substance, it changes you. So, yes, you miss the old Grim. Well, where's the old Grim? He's gone. People change, people mature, people grow. Are you the same person you were 10 years ago? Think about it. If you're 15 years old, 10 years ago you were 5. Well, I miss the old you. When you were 5 and you were just running around and drooling all over the place and needed help getting a drink. Like, I could say that about my kids. My kids are teenagers now. They're 17 and 14. Well, I miss when they were 7 and 4. That was 10 years ago. That was when you guys started watching me 10 years ago on this platform. My kids were babies. And I miss the old pencil arms, the old doll kitten. But they're big now. And they grew up just like I did. I'm not the same age I was 10 years ago anymore. I'm 10 years older now. I've been through it. We lived through it together. We went through it together. If you're new here and you didn't go through it, go back and watch some of the old vids, man. I don't take nothing down. They're all still there. So what about the old Grim? Well, the old Grim was toxic, and he's been through therapy, and he's learned empathy. He's learned self-control. He's learned self-care, which is huge, because I learned that I was always a person who wanted to take care of everybody. I wanted to take care of my wife at the time. I wanted to take care of my kids. I wanted to take care of my wrestlers. I wanted to take care of my toys. I just wanted to take care of everything, and I wanted to have it all. I wanted to have, a nice home, a fast car, a pretty wife, cute kids, room full of toys, successful YouTube. At one point I did, for a very short time, and you realize, God damn, it's hard to have it all. It's a lot of responsibility, it's a lot of work, and it's a lot of taxation mentally. So you gotta focus. And you say, well, what do you focus on? Yourself. Focus on yourself. Don't say, well, that's selfish. No, it's not. And I'll tell you why. Because when Grim learned to focus on himself and put myself first and say, I don't need to crank out 3 videos a day, I'm burning myself out. I say, but the audience, they want the Grim. And I'm like, and I love that you guys want my vids, but it'll be even more exciting if you have to wait a day or 2 for the next Grim vid. I had to cut back. That greatly reduces my income. It's like working 2 days a week instead of 7 days a week. You know what I'm saying? So think about it. If you only worked 1 day a week instead of your 5 or 6 days a week, how much your income would be reduced. And that's how much my income's been reduced. But I had to do it for me, because otherwise I was gonna burn myself out. So where's the old Grim? The old Grim burned himself out. The old Grim is gone and didn't make it because the old Grim was unsustainable. And the new Grim is taking care of himself so he can be here for you. And the new Grim is taking care of himself so he can be here for his kids. And the new Grim is taking care of himself so he could be here for his new wife. And the new Grim is getting in shape. He's going to the gym. He's eating healthy. He's making better connections with the people on the roster, so we don't have those backstage fights and drama. And the new Grim is recognizing his past toxic behaviors and trying to fix them. If you got heat and you got beef and you want to fight about it, too bad. I'm not dealing with that no more. That's the old Grim. The old Grim would go all about it. New Grim, don't care. New Grim only cares about making myself healthy for me, for you, for my kids, for my life. Okay? Because I want to be here. I want to keep this channel going. I want to keep my wrestling channel going. I want to keep the toys going. I like doing all this. I can't do it if I'm not here. I can't do it if I'm not right. So, guys, thank you. If you're struggling, please, there's no shame in asking for help. It was the best thing I ever did. So if you need it, get yourself some help too. And the old you can become the new you. And the new you will thank you for it. Be well, everyone. Thank you. Like, comment, subscribe, tap the bell. If you're not down with that, you're going to get snapped by a Slim Grim.